Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are from. And thank you for being here today, and thank you for investing your time. So, raise your hand if you're a female professional who feels overwhelmed. And raise your hand also if you want to become a resilient and confident female leader. Okay, let's take a look at what may have brought us here today. Perhaps it was about your inner critics, like I'm not good enough, I don't have time, and my manager doesn't understand me. Perhaps it was about not being clear where you want to go and how to achieve that goal. And perhaps it was about feeling over busy and not enough time for yourself. And at the end of the day, you were left with so many negative emotions like concern, anxiety, stress, and you were not your best self. Now let's take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out and assume that a tropical rain is bringing confidence and resilience to you. And you feel so confident that your voice has been heard, and you step forward at your work with confidence and resilience, and you create an impact. You are free from your inner critics, and you know what you really want and how to achieve that. And at the end of the day, you feel so inspired and energized, and your best yourself, that you can spend your time as you want to. So, this is where you are, and this is where you want to be. So, would you agree on a new strategy that will take you to that future? I'm seeing shaking hands. Thank you, Melanie. And that's great. And that new strategy is called Resilient Female Leaders Rise. And now my question to you is, are you willing to embrace a beginner mind? Totally a beginner mind. If it is a yes, thumbs up. Like, okay. Oh, great. I'm seeing thumbs up. And so, as Mahatma Gandhi says, the future depends on what we do in the present. So whatever we decide and start to take action will determine our future. So why it is so important to become a resilient and confident leader, and actually to take the action right now, today, not in future. So let's have a look at. So this is stress, high levels of inner critics, low levels of self-confidence, and poor levels of health are correlated with each other according to science, and it is like chicken egg from chicken situation. And at the moment, many female professionals are living in this circle of fire. I call these four a circle of fire or chaos, but you can also call it a perfect storm. And why now? Actually, why it is so important now? Because today we know that in 2022, 1 in 2 women have higher levels of stress, and 1 in 2 women have lower levels of self-confidence compared to the times before COVID-19, not long ago, just 2 years ago. So it's rising. And women also tend to have a strong inner critics, we know. And the last one, to my surprise, maybe you will be also surprised to hear, women has a deteriorating health since 90s. It's not going on the right track. And all these figures are correlated with each other. And you may be wondering, who am I and why I'm talking all about this? And I'm Ayşe Başak, and leadership development and well-being coach. And I would like to share a story, a short story of mine, to be or not to be the hero of your own story. And if you are willing to hear that story, just raise your hands. That's great. Everybody is willing to. Okay. And my story starts in 2015 in August. And it was a lovely day, but it was my first day in Dundee and my first day at the work at Dundee University. It was a lovely, shiny day. And I arrived to the university, and I was so excited because my job was exactly about training prisoners as coaches. I wasn't so confident and not sure how to achieve that, but I was thinking that there is a great team behind. So as a team, we can do that. And when I arrived to the university, I learned that my line manager was on annual leave for 6 months. And I felt shocked. And then I tried to contact with my line manager, and my line manager told me, I have a choice. Either I will work with another team on another project, or I will continue on working the same project to train prisoners as coaches. However, I will take the whole responsibility of managing the project, including stakeholder management. That means building alliances with National Health Services, Scottish Prisons Association, and governmental bodies. And that was a really hot shower for me, because I did know nobody, no one, and I just arrived from Copenhagen. I'm a totally stranger to the UK. So have you ever find yourself in such a awkward situation? Yes, I can see that you are nodding. Yeah. And I didn't feel confident, and I had so many inner critics, like I'm not good enough, it will be a failure, I cannot succeed. But on the other hand, my intuition said that those prisoners needed me, and they deserved a second chance as everyone else. So I choose to be the hero of my story, not other one's story. So I took the whole responsibility, bold decision, and then I started the training, build up my team, and together with the prisoners, we gradually grown on the pathway of resilience and confidence. And at the end of the 3 months, it was a success story that the project was funded for the second cohort. And after 6 months, my line manager was back, and I thought that, oh, I can have a relief. I have a lovely team, and then my line manager will lead, and I have the support. So have you ever felt like that after a very chaotic time? Everything starts to go smoothly, and you feel, oh, everything will be like that. I'm seeing you are nodding your heads. Yeah, exactly. However, that wasn't the truth. And my line manager gradually started to acknowledge herself, her achievements, and didn't acknowledge my team and myself. And I was thinking, am I doing something wrong? Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm making a mistake. And actually, the last drop out was my line managers assigning project assistant as the co-manager, even though I was a senior researcher and manager when she wasn't there. And I started to work with a mentor coach. And at that time also, this strange sometimes universe works. I received a letter from the prisoners, my trainees, saying and congratulating and thanking for leading the training, and they were telling their stories, how they become successful coaches and how they were supporting other prisoners to for transformation. And one of them actually said, and that made me laugh, I still remember it. He said that I like being in the business of transformation. And that was, and then I gradually also built my confidence, and with that confidence, I started my business in 2020, January, just 2 months before COVID-19. And COVID-19, boom, you may imagine. And then I observed many female professionals were juggling between professional and personal life, and it was like a hell for them or a prison for them, like feeling exhausted, stressed, burnout, and mostly they were feeling alone. Have you felt like that also? Yeah. And I started working with a women business station to help female entrepreneurs, because I knew exactly what it is like to be in that situation. And I also had a success proven strategy that actually worked on me while I was working with my mentor coach. And from this program, my program called Aspiring Women, in 2022, 36 women graduated. And graduation means, thank you for the applause. Graduation means they become confident and resilient leaders. And I will share also their testimonials and journeys soon. But most importantly, I would like to share 3 tips that help them most, because I'm very passionate to support female professionals to rise. And I want to support you as much as I can in this approximately 1 hour masterclass. So, are you ready to explore and practice those 3 tips? Raise your hands. Oh, great. I'm very happy to. Okay, share. And those 3 tips are called picks. And why picks is easy to remember, like pick top of the mountain or picture or picking up something. Okay, just make it easy to remember. P refers to purpose. IC refers to critics, inner critics, and S refers to self-empowerment. So it is PICS. And this is the foundation of my 6 weeks aspiring woman training. And this is the essentials. So first one is purpose. So at this point, I would like to invite you a short visualization exercise. Actually, this is more in depth and it is longer, and we repeat several times in Aspiring Woman program, but believe me, this even short version is powerful, and it is just a start. So let me see your hands if you are ready. Ready? Ready? Okay, great. And now you can turn off your cameras if you want. And you can keep your eyes open if you want. And it is all okay. Okay. So we will stand or sit right. And let's start. Let's take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Gently close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And imagine a light beam around you, a light surrounding your body. It is in magnificent colors, lovely shades. It's surrounding all your body in the universe. All those shades surrounding your body in the universe. And just a few steps ahead, there is a giant light. It's magnificent, it's lovely, it's warm, and it's calling you. It's a warm, friendly call for you. Now just walk towards that light. Walk towards that giant light. Walk towards that giant light, and you will become closer, closer, and closer to that giant light. Now you are tuning into that light. You are tuning into that light. You are becoming one. Now you are becoming one with this giant light. See all the shades. See all the colors. Feel the heat, warmth. Smell the air. Now we are in 2025 and you are celebrating your success. There is so many people around you celebrating you. So many people celebrating your achievement in 2025. What is this achievement about? What did you achieve? What are you celebrating? Now visualize that moment with all your 5 senses. And I will leave you for 30 seconds to experience that lovely moment. Now take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, take to that moment and tune out from that giant light. Tune out from that giant light and slowly and gently come back to today. Come back to today. And when you feel ready, just open your eyes on your own pace and time. Open your eyes. And now it is all okay if you didn't see the whole picture and if you didn't see all details, it is all okay. Even if you see a small light and or any feelings you experience, it is all okay. And now I would like to invite you to write. I will give you 30 seconds to 40 seconds to write down whatever you saw and however you feel, because that is very important. And I will give you just 30 seconds or 40 seconds. Okay. If you want, you can share in the chat box. That is personal, so if you want, feel free to share with this other amazing woman. Okay, this is the first step to become a resilient and confident leader, actually knowing where you want to go and how to go there. You don't need to know how at the moment, it's all okay. Just peacefully connecting with your purpose. That is the first step. Okay. And this is a whole methodology and we follow certain structure. But I would like to share another very practical exercise that you can do your own time and that will help you. And that is just first in the morning. Sorry, I don't care what you do, but I care just you do find what excites you most in the morning. Okay, that is the first thing. Just please find what excites you most in the morning. It could be a cup of coffee, it could be taking your lovely dog out, or it could be meditation. No matter what it is, please do whatever excites you most in the morning. Why? Because this kind of excitement is high level of actually high frequency of energy. And then when you are high frequency of energy, you can visualize your purpose and connect it. And by the time, if you do every day, you will see that your purpose, actually vision of your purpose becomes clear and clear. Every day by day, it needs patience. Oh, that's a great purpose, Lucy. Thank you for sharing, to help women unleash their brave, brilliant, beautiful, healthy selves. Yay! We are on the same boat. And also, sometimes people think that purpose is cliche or it is okay. Here we talk too much about it, but actually this is very important. And just very simply, I will share this. This is the latest research. It has been found that people with the purpose had better physical health, health behaviors, psychosocial outcomes, reduced risk of depression, lower loneliness. So knowing and connecting with your purpose actually serves for every dimension of your life. So this is why very important. Of course, it's not like a la la land. You will wake up one morning and then connect it. No, it takes time and there are challenges on the way. And of course, it needs a clear roadmap. And what is this? And how can we achieve our purpose? I think that is the question. And maybe that roadmap is in the testimonial of one of my trainees at the Aspiring Woman program. Kathy, keeping names anonymous, by the way, that I need to continue building my sage muscles in order to achieve my goals and dreams and be able to tackle any events life throws at me and turn disappointments into gifts, Kathy. And of course, you may be wondering, what are sage muscles? Sage muscles are a technical term I use in my training, and that comes from an evidence-based research and program, but don't focus on that. Don't actually, what you need to know is sage muscles refers to positive thinking muscles, but constructive positive thinking muscles, not false positive thinking, but constructive positive thinking muscles. And of course, building these muscles takes time, and there is one big challenge on the way. And are you curious to hear what is that challenge? Thumbs up if you think, yep, great. And that is actually inner critics. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm not good enough, I don't have time, I don't feel comfortable, my manager doesn't understand me, I'm all alone. So now I'm inviting you to type your number one self-limiting belief without thinking, whatever comes to your mind, in the chat box. The one you would like to share, of course. Yes, Laura, you will fail is one, yeah. Any other? Who am I to do this work? Yes, Lucy. I'm not good enough. Yes, Raisa. I'll never make it. Yes, that is very common root. And yeah, will I be successful? Kran. Yeah, and there are others who are more qualified. I don't have a purpose. Yes, these are, thank you for sharing. And these are, actually, you are not alone, and these are common inner critics and self-limit. The other name, the common name for inner critics is self-limiting beliefs. And maybe you will be surprised to hear that every self-limiting belief you are aware are the visible ones at your conscious mind. So you are consciously aware. But every self-limiting belief, every conscious self-limiting belief is actually ruled by a master self-limiting belief at the subconscious level. That means that every belief you are aware of is controlled by another self-limiting belief that you are not aware. Anybody surprised? I'm seeing thoughtful faces. And this means that we need to go deep into the roots of self-limiting beliefs, and we need to follow a very personalized approach because everybody's master limiting belief is different. And this is what I do at the Aspiring Woman program. But even first degree is working with your visible self-limiting beliefs. So I will now share one practical, actually first stage to deal with your self-limiting belief. And some of you know about this, I'm sure, but this is just a gentle reminder if you know about it. First thing is becoming aware, and followed by, okay, not fighting with your noisy neighbor. That is called your self-limiting belief. Don't try to avoid, don't try to fight. Many people do, but it's nobody's fault. We are trained or taught like that. No, it doesn't work. If you avoid, if you fight, believe me, it will come back stronger and stronger. Like the noisy neighbor here. So, what to do? The question is what to do. The answer is talk with your self-limiting belief as a third person. And there is 7 levels speaking we call and we practice. And the first stage I would like to share is, okay, you ask your self-limiting belief a simple question. Okay, tell me more about that. It's simple. Tell me more about that. What do you mean by that? For example, I will give you, if you don't mind, I will share an example from one of your self-limiting beliefs. Okay, knock, knock the door. I'm not good enough. Okay. Tell me more about it. Tell me what I'm not good enough. Okay. You are not good enough at work. You are not good at your relation. You are not good at spending your time efficiently. So now I want to call everybody to define your same self-limiting belief in a more clear way. Is it clear for everyone? If it is not clear, just you can unmute and tell me. Anyone would like to share in the chat? By new version of self-limiting belief?
Aisha, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, I was just, thank you. Yeah, it can be sometimes not clear. Thank you, Melanie, for that. So just you defined your self-limiting belief. For example, there are others who are more qualified. Qualified at what? It's more clear.
So you'd like us to find in the chat exactly what is where is the area that we're concerned about, that we're getting the most inner criticism from?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. Failure in your professional life, getting over past failures. Yeah, professional. Yeah, thank you for sharing. By the way, thank you for sharing all this, because I know these are very personal, but thank you for your authenticity. Yeah. Comparing yourself with big names, brand bronze, small snack, yes. Exactly, imposter syndrome, yeah. And why we are clarifying, because in order to achieve your purpose, you really exactly know what your challenge is. Your challenge need to be crystal clear rather than like in the fog. Okay, what it is all about, in which area it is. That is why I ask you to make it more clear. And the second stage is actually getting clear of these self-limiting beliefs. So if you think your brain, our brains, a lovely garden, but many of us have messy gardens because there are weeds called self-limiting beliefs and lovely flowers called empowering beliefs. And the question is how we will replace self-limiting beliefs with lovely flowers. If you pull out weeds, you know, it will come back. Pull out, it will come back. So we exactly need the right tools that it will not come back. And then also when we plant self-empowering beliefs, it will not deteriorate those beliefs. So we need exactly the right tools, and that is what we are learning in Aspiring Woman program. But what as you learned, hopefully practice today, becoming aware of your inner critics, self-limiting beliefs, and exactly knowing what it is, and then being very specific about it is the first step, and it is the most challenging step. So congratulations, you did the hard work. So of the 7 steps. And why do we do that? If we clear all the weeds, then we will have a clear roadmap to your purpose in the lovely garden of your brain, as T. Harv Eker, one of the gurus in the field, says. The first step is to become aware of your limiting, non-supportive beliefs about wealth and money, and change them into supportive ones. And that takes us to the third stage, self-empowerment. S of pigs, purpose, inner critics, and S. Third stage is self-empowerment. And I love this quote, and it defines self-empowerment very well in my eyes. Don't let people define you. Create your own definition of yourself and set your own. So creating your own definition of yourself through self-empowering beliefs is a way to confident and resilient leadership. So now I would like to ask you one more time, another practice, last practice, to replace those self-limiting beliefs with a new empowering belief. But the key is this self-empowering belief should be exactly the opposite of your self-limiting belief. For example, I'm not good at managing my time. Self-empowering one will be, I'm good at managing my time. So what is the opposite of your self-limiting beliefs? So we are building a new self-empowering belief here. Please type in the chat your self-empowering belief. I like that. I'm going to be super successful. Hiram, that's really good. I will make it. Definitely you will make it. Confident in myself. Yes, I am successful. I deserve it. At the end, we will have Q&A, but if you have any questions at this point, you can unmute yourself and ask, because this is a very critical stage and this is very important. I'm an amazing professional with a unique sacred gift. That's right. That's perfect. Why not me? I do deserve it. Yes, exactly, Kristen. You deserve it. I will reach the right people who need my assistance and not draw comparison. Yeah, right person at the right time for the right people. And mine was most recently was, I'm not good at supporting people, and now I'm saying I'm becoming better and better at supporting people. And what do we do with these self-empowering beliefs? The key is, ready for that? Okay, just you need to repeat every day in the morning, preferably after getting up, just across the, or just in front of the mirror, looking at yourself and repeating to yourself loudly, not silently, not in your mind, just looking at the mirror and repeating to yourself in front of the mirror. If you think that you don't have time, I will give quick tips. Brushing your hair, repeat it. Brush your head, repeat, it's okay. Whatever, so you can do it. Just embed it into your morning practice loudly, okay? But, or tying your shoes, repeat it. Because this is actually implanting new beliefs after living, depending your age, I'm not asking your age, after living 20, 30 years with your self-limiting belief, okay? That is why you need to practice every day to implant this self-empowering belief. The key is not implanting, the key is maintaining it. That is where many people fail. But of course, there are other techniques to maintain it, but unfortunately, we don't have time here. And 3 key takeaways. Wrapping up, connecting with your purpose reduces your stress and feeling overwhelmed. Don't fight with your inner critics. Talk with it as a third person. Empowering yourself requires self-discipline and regular practice. Having a mentor is your secret weapon. Why? Because think that you go to a gym and then you need to build muscles, or you want to build muscles, or you want to lose weight, or you want to become fit. In order to have the best exercise regime, you need a mentor to show. It is exactly the same principle. There is always needs for a support from professional that will guide you on the way to embed and maintain these empowering beliefs so that you can become a resilient and confident leader. So, being said so, what is your takeaway? Anyone who would like to share, if you want, you can unmute yourself or type in the chat box. Pop in the chat, they say.
I think for me, Aisha, it's about putting it into your daily routine. You know, like as you said, it only takes a couple of minutes to actually implement something or ingrain something in your head. So I think that's my takeaway. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Great insight, Kiran. Thank you. Any other thoughts, takeaways?
I really like this, you know, having that talk as a third person kind of thing, because, you know, you just keep going back and forth as yourself and you're like, it doesn't make a difference. You know, you're not holding yourself accountable. So that could help.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Yes, third person. Any other thoughts? Any other?
I love how you shared, or what my takeaway was, create my own definition of myself versus what I've heard other people say or what my own inner critic has said. So I'll be taking the time to write that down.
Thank you.
Creating my own definition. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. Any other thoughts, shares before we move on? Oh, let me look at the chat.
You brought me a beautiful idea I hadn't had before. So this clarity of the next step. So I have this vision board here, y'all. But on here is my purpose. But I want to now add that shift from that critic, the things that I hear in my head all the time, to those empowerment statements. And I'm going to print my empowerment statements out now and put them on my vision board, because I spend 4 minutes a day, every day, listening to my vision and putting that high vibe music behind it. But how amazing would that be to now put these new empowerment statements that you've equipped us with? That's like, thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so happy to contribute that. Oh, lovely. I love vision boards, by the way.
I actually have it as a saver, so I see it every day. So it's something that you can put on your screen, obviously.
Yeah. Screens, phones, stickers on the refrigerator. I'm just sharing some insights from my trainees, just. Or bracelets. There are many things. Yeah, getting more clear about your purpose, Laura, that's great to hear. Yeah, practice of shifting the critic into empowerment. Thank you. So I would like to now share another amazing ladies takeaways. Actually, that is one of my trainees at Aspiring Women program, because it is just The training has made me able to look at situations with a more positive headspace and to try and see the good situations rather than focus on the negative. I feel as though I'm more confident at my work and content with my life. I feel empowered to make my voice create an impact, Sue. And Sue is actually here, but I'm keeping anonymous, just confidentiality issues, that's why. And Sue, maybe you would like, I can share a short story of Sue. Sue, when she arrived the training in March 2022, it was a rainy day, and you know, Scotland is cold, and she was wearing a coat, but it was very hard to see Sue in the classroom because she was at the back of the classroom and she was almost lost in the coat. And she was very shy, not confident, and all body language tells all about that. And during this 8 weeks training, she started to blossom up like a flower. And in April, she just totally blossomed. And that was, this is from our training day. And she gave us a lovely speech. And she told us about how she became a confident and resilient leader so she can lead her team as in the way she always wanted. And actually, I asked Sue, what was the breakthrough point for you in this training? And she said, okay, that was the quote you shared with us on the second day. Instead of saying, I don't have time, try saying it's not a priority and see how that feels. So now my question is to all of you, okay, are you a priority for yourself? In other words, investing in yourself, taking care of yourself is a priority for yourself. If it is yes, please type yes in the chat. If it is no, type 2 in the chat. So if investing in yourself, taking care of yourself is a priority, 1. If no, 2 in the chat box. I'm seeing many yeses. That's great. I'm happy to see. But if you say 2, it's also okay.
Can we use 3 for sometimes?
Yes, you can. That's a lovely suggestion. 3, perfect. Maybe we needed that. 3.
I'm with Melanie.
3, great. Okay, 3s. Yeah, okay. Yes, I agree. It's more realistic that I couldn't think. That's great. Thank you. Amazing. So 3s, 1s. That's great. And now my call is, are you ready to invest in yourself to become a resilient and confident leadership? And when I know you invest, everybody usually thinks about money. I'm not talking money, I'm talking about something totally else. So no panic. So are you ready to invest in yourself, and are you ready to take better care of yourself? And if it is so, why this is important? Because investing in yourself and taking better care of yourself along with a support, will take you to a confident and resilient leader. But what does that mean? That means claiming your voice to make an impact, having more time freedom with less stress, have reduced conflict at work and increased performance, and yay, becoming your best self. I call better self because I don't believe in the best. And there is always better, but not best. Anyway, so claiming your voice to make an impact, have more time freedom with less stress, have reduced conflict at work and increased performance, and becoming better version of yourself. How does that sound? I'm seeing nodding heads. That's great. And okay, if that is great, we know that the future depends on what we do in the present, what kind of action we take at the moment, right? So, as I'm very passionate to support amazing ladies like you, I have opened up 6 spots in my calendar for a free confidence breakthrough session. It's completely free. And I'm very busy. I'm having other talks and arranging trainings, but I'm so passionate to support you. So I have opened up 6 spots in my calendar for a free confidence breakthrough session. And follow the link to grab a spot to chat and to see if it is a fit to do more work together. And the link is below. Just I will give you 10 seconds if you need. Okay. And you may be wondering what you will get through this breakthrough session, right? And let me share that. In the 30 minutes breakthrough session, first we define where you are and where you want to be. And of course, there are challenges like crocodiles, thunderstorms on the way to achieve that purpose. And we identify that through a very specific assessment. What is your challenge through challenge? So we are not leaving anything behind or unidentified. And then we are talking about the solution, and you are leaving the session with energy, inspiration, and total clarification what to do, how to do. Okay. So this is the link to share if you think that that is the fit. Just 10 seconds if anybody wants to type and book a session. Okay. And any questions for me? Any questions for me? If you can unmute or type in the chat box, it is all okay.
Aisa, I have a question. What types of industries or professions do women you work with normally come from?
Thank you. Laura, just I work with female entrepreneurs and also female professionals at higher education, insurance, and healthcare. So
Thank you.
thank you.
I just wanted to mention that the link is in the chat if anybody, yeah.
Thank you, Lucy. Any other questions?
How long is the discovery session?
It is 30 minutes.
And how long is your program?
My program is 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks, yeah. And 2 hours per week.
Okay.
Are you doing both virtual and in person? It looked like from your pictures that maybe you have in person as well. Do you do both?
Both. I do both, yeah. Hybrid or planned, yeah. I always prefer the per session to be one-to-one or in groups so I can work through challenges, personal needs, and assessments. It's personal connection, and then after that, it's virtual.
Well, I don't have any questions, but I have some deep, deep gratitude. Thank you. This was very beautiful. You did
Thank
a
you.
beautiful job.
Thank you. Any questions before we move on to the last part, but in my eyes, most important part, last one. Okay, let me see if there is any question in the chat. Thank you as well. And this is the last part. And in my eyes, that is the most important part. Okay, share. Okay, no questions. So you can book a confidence breakthrough session for a transformation, and I will be happy to meet with you as well. And the most important part is coming. Lucy, you mentioned, but actually I need to mention that as well. It's that my gratitude and thank you for investing your time, believing in my masterclass, and being with me here today. So my gratitude and thank you. That was the most important part for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful
Thank
job.
you.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.